I just got home to my apartment from Tasha and Cots Hotel, and I haven't had my proper sleep yet since last night. First of all, thank you, Lord, for keeping us safe, and thank you everyone who showed their concern to me, to my friends. Thank you. Really, what happened was unimaginable. We didn't expect it. No one really expected it. Like, it was, there was already something like that happening, and we were still like unaware, or like people at our side, when everything was happening, we were still unaware and then calm and just on the streets taking pictures, or we never knew that I was that serious. So what happened was, just to give you a timeline pattern of what happened. So I got in the station around a little past 8, and was already jam-packed as expected, right from the station, from the get-go. So I waited a little for Tasha and Cots, and probably got out of the station around 9. So to those who are aware of the Itoan area, you probably know the main part of the street. It's the Sagwari, which means four corner crossing. It's like a crossing in where you can find Hamilton Hotel. And then at the back of Hamilton Hotel, that long alley is filled with clubs and bars where people go to dance and drink. And that is one quite of narrow alley. And then going to there from the main street, you have like little smaller alleyways to go to the back. So at first, because there's a lot of people, it's really like struggle. It's like rush hour and in the train station. So people are trying to move in a small alley, half of people going in, going out. So there's a lot of crowd movement, really. So we were already at the back alley, because we were trying to see things, because that's where the actual parties are. And then we took pictures. And around 9:30, I told Tasha and Katsu, do you want to try to see if the clubs that we usually go to, those are free entrance? I know it's a long shot, but let's just try to walk towards there, and then also I'll show you those bars like the Itaewon Class, Fiend Bar, and so we were walking slowly, and then around the area where Fountain is, because Fountain is definitely one of the most popular clubs there. In that area, that's where kind of like sort of like stampede, or like people got stuck there and kept pushing, maybe because a lot of people are trying to go in to Fountain and other nearby clubs. And Cots and Tasha thankfully were able to get on the side and managed to get out of that crowd of people pushing, and but I was the one who got stuck and got pushed on forward, because I wouldn't be able to go back anymore. So I just moved with the crowd, even if there were like a lot of pushing, and and right about the part where there's the small alley going to to the main street, that was one of the busiest ones, jam packed. A lot of people are still coming in, well, a lot of people trying to move out. Thankfully, in the bar, I think it's called Waikiki Bar, which is at the corner, right about when you're about to turn right. Their bouncers were started to put on kind of like a line to protect those who are in queue to go inside their bars, and there was a little bit of a space, so I was able to squeeze into that and sort of slowly move my way out. And actually during that time, for some reason, the crowd and the pack started to loosen up. So I don't know what happened. Maybe I thought it was just a temporary thing, and then the traffic of people started to move, calmly again. So slowly, because I was alone, I saw messages from Tasha that they were able to get out of the main street already, and that so I told her, okay, just stay there, and I go there. I'll meet you up, and then so eventually, thankfully, I was able to meet them up at the main street, and there we just waited for a couple minutes, then decided, okay, let's try to grab some drinks, probably in the convenience or what. And then that's when we saw this cute egg. He was in an egg mascot. I'm not sure, maybe it's for a promotional ad or something. So maybe thanks to that egg, it because we wanted to follow the egg to take a picture, we were led on to move to the other side, or we go onto the other side of the street. So we tried to follow the egg to the street. That street is more known to be like for the LGBT community. That's where I went last time to watch drag show. So there around 10:30, we even grabbed some drinks from the supermarket and just waited outside there. People watch a lot of, and it's much calmer there. There's still a lot of people, definitely, but compared to the other side of the street, you can still walk without bumping or without getting pushed by other people. So while reading some of the news, it was reported, I'm not entirely sure about that, but based on the news, the first batch of police, or the accident, was initially reported around 10:30 p.m., and that was the period where we got the drinks, because I tried to get like reference time, so I checked what time did we drink. So I checked my credit card kind of like history message saying what time I used the card for the drinks, and that was the exact time when the accident was apparently first reported. But really, during that time, from the time we bought the drinks and maybe half an hour drinking in front of the store and people watching, the people coming to that side of Itaewon were all still calm. I probably heard some ambulance noise, but it wasn't like too much to be very alarming. And if there's already something going on the other side, then probably we would have heard something from the people going to our side, but really nothing. And then we continued walking towards the whole street, to that area, and we even took pictures in the gay bar or the drag shows. That picture I posted with two muscle guys. Yeah, and everything was still normal there. And then we got to the end of that street, and then went to the right. It was already quite near the Noksapyong station, and I said to Tosh, "Oh, Tosh, Kots, did you watch Itaewon Class? I can see from here if you want." Every time I have friends, I try to bring them there if I'm already in Itaewon. So, do you want to take a picture in the actual Tambam place, the one I also posted recently? So, okay, sure. So we went back to the other side, but that was already the end of the side of the street where the accident happened. And we went uphill, and then from the uphill, that's when we started seeing batches, like groups of policemen running together, like in groups, and ambulances passing by, and people, well, people there were still calm, and then you can see people down, walking calmly, nothing sort of like panicking or saying something that something's happening there. But we were all curious, and so we were just like kind of like listening or kind of eavesdropping to other people, what they're talking about, what it could be, because none of us really have had an idea why there's so many police. And one of the thoughts that, or even the people next to us were talking about, were there must be some kind of like drugs involved, because it's the police that we're seeing and some ambulances. So at first, if there's police, and probably it could be a fight, or, and then our phones kept already receiving the alarms. But if you translate it, it's more like cardiac arrest. So that led us to strong to conclusion to believe more that it could probably be like kind of like drug related, because when we were in that area earlier, it's not just smoke smell that we could smell it, that you could smell weed smoke as well. And if it's bars, and for sure there would be drugs, for sure, right? So because of that, we were having this conclusion, so it could be like drug related group, or probably even like brawl, because there's a lot of people, drunk and stuff. So that's what we were just thinking. And then the people also passing by were still calm. So we even decided, I told them, do you want to grab some food in McDonald's across? So we went back to McDonald's, ate there, and around that time, that's when Cumin's mom, Onni, messaged me, and she's like, Mika, you're in Itaewon, right? I mean, are you in Itaewon? Because I'm right now watching the news, and there's a serious accident that happened there. A lot of people got hurt, and some are even believed to be dead already. And she was messaging me frantically, and then palika, palitibeka, mean Olin, like right now, tanzang, go home. If you're with friends, like go home now. And I said, Honey, we're fine. We're at the end of the Ito, and now we were eating at McDo, and I was even playing it casually to say, telling her that we're still fine, or even eating at McDonald's right now. Don't worry, we were about to go home. And she's like, no, 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 just go home now. God, get a taxi, or don't take the subway, because it could be more dangerous. If it's the subway, there could be more people. And I was like, subway is already closed by now. It's past 12, and the buses and taxis would be hard. And then that's when we tried to Google for more details of what was probably really happening, or the news. And that's when we only realized the severity, the seriousness of the situation. So we left Mato and started walking, but of course, as you expected, there's not gonna be any bus or taxi available right away. So we kept on walking, and saw so many people already walking out from away from Itaewon as well. And basically, I think most of us were still clueless as to what really happened. And then while walking maybe a few blocks already, we stopped by a public restroom to pee, and then that's where some other foreigner girls, we talked about, do you know what really happened? And they were also clueless. They were there. They were also partying in costumes, and really nothing. And then because most of us believed through like bare translations of the alerts, it was carjack arrest, and then yeah, it was just sad, and it's only everything really like started to sink in that I could have been one of that. I mean, I could have been one of them. We could have been them, and I felt more guilty because I was the one who invited Tash and Kotz to join me in Itaewon to party for Halloween. You know, I was the one who told them, let's go, it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of people, but it's gonna be fun anyways. I mean, what could go wrong, right? It's just like during the concerts or cheer dance competitions, you know, those there could be a lot of pushing and but that could just be it. What possibly could go wrong? We could take cute pictures, and then we even dressed up, so that felt more guilty. And then because we thought that we will never be able to get on the night bus, because even if there's a night bus running, it would be jam packed as well, and it could another be possible reason of accident, because you know, if it's too packed and then it breaks, you could fall and stuff. So we decided to 4.5 kilometers from Samgakji station. Let's just walk towards you. I also decided, Tasha, can I just stay at your place, because mine would be double the distance. And I know I could walk, but I was wearing boots with a bit of heel, so I wouldn't be able to walk that much anymore, even, especially the whole day I was out walking from the morning till night. So we walked, and I was walking, then I suddenly remembered, or I suddenly had this thought, don't tell me Koreano might probably didn't I probably go there, because up until 8 p.m. I was asking him, don't you want to go? This is your last time before you leave, and it'll be fun, but there's a lot of people. And I said, should I go? So he was still contemplating, but when he saw the pictures, he said, I just told me, fine, don't, just stay home, don't go. But he never replied after that anymore. And sometimes, you know him, he would just go even if he said he wouldn't go. Sometimes he's like that. But so, and I was ringing him up, I was calling him, and he's not answering. So I was also having this thought the whole time since maybe 2 a.m. I guess, while walking. And then he wasn't answering, though I know that he won't go based on his personality. He wouldn't go if there's too many people, but he wasn't answering. But also, he doesn't really answer when he says he sleeps. So I don't know, I'm still not convinced, so I was still worried about that. So I was trying to check some news about photos or even names, just to calm down, but I couldn't really sleep as well. Thankfully, at 5:30, I left Tasha and Cott's hotel to catch the first train back to my apartment, and that's when I was also still trying to contact Koreano, but he's still not answering. But around 6 a.m., that's when he called me and said I ever leave, and I told him he had no clue what happened. He was just asleep the whole night. And now I'm lying down trying to sleep, but still couldn't. That's why I made this. So it's almost 90 minutes, but probably today I'll just rest first and try to reflect on what happened. But thank you so much to everyone who showed their concerns. And don't worry, I'm fine, we're fine. Praying. Let us all continue to pray for the souls of the victims and also for the speedy recovery of those that got hurt, or though I hope also those who are trying to survive would survive. It was a very unfortunate night, a night of supposed to be fun and partying, because 2 years there were no Halloween events in Itaewon. It was just sad because I was telling Tasha and Kotz a while ago earlier that I mean, finally Itaewon is back, because during COVID there was it like Myeongdong, it became a ghost town because a COVID breakout happened there, and then foreigners got blamed as well, and the what do you call this? The spotlight was with the foreigners. Because of partying in the Taiwan area, many people got COVID and stuff, even during the quarantine. So it was a huge blow to the foreign community that time. And then many businesses closed down in Itaewon because no one wanted to go there anymore, and the xenophobia of the locals got heightened during that time, really. And then slowly, eventually, Itaewon got back up and trying to recover, and then like this happened. So it was really unfortunate. It will be a big blow again to the Itaewon community, especially to the businesses in the area. No one wanted that to happen, but sadly, it will take a toll again. It will be a big blow to the community. Maybe it's just a reminder now that how valuable your life can be and how fast it could change. I mean, one thing from happy to tragedy. I just hope nothing like this will happen again. I hope we could avoid things like this again. I mean, not again. I hope we could avoid things like this in the future, especially now for the upcoming World Cup. According to Ariana last night, around 300 people died as well. So hopefully people learn and try to be more careful. I learned now. I'll try not. I'll try. I will not go to places I know that would be jam-packed again. I'll be more careful with where I go. But okay, I think this is becoming too long already. Thank you so much again. Really, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice Sunday.